The Greek island of Crete, 1900. A team of British archaeologists, led by Sir Arthur Evans, begins excavating the ruins of an ancient palace. In their efforts to unearth the sprawling complex, they come across a structure eerily matching one of the most fearsome places in all of Greek mythology: the Labyrinth of King Minos. According to the legend, the elaborate maze of the labyrinth was constructed by order of King Minos to entrap a monstrous creature known as the Minotaur.
This legend of the Minotaur is one of the most important and prevalent legends of the ancient Greek mythology. One day, King Minos of Crete angers the god Poseidon. Poseidon, being angry at Minos, casts a spell over his wife, Pasiphae, that she might fall in love with this great white bull. And through the mating of the bull, the Minotaur is born. The Minotaur is half human and half bull as a result, and he is ferocious, and he feeds on the flesh of humans.
The legend of King Minos and the labyrinth is something that was seen to be a fable until the explorations of the palace in Crete. What Arthur Evans uncovered was an entire palace that seemed to be dedicated over to a bull cult. There were frescoes showing people leaping over bulls. There were bulls' horns, bulls' heads everywhere.
The palace is an elaborate structure with moving walls and mazes actually built in to the palace. It became very clear upon looking at the structure of this palace that this was the original labyrinth.
If the structure found in Crete really is the fabled labyrinth of King Minos, then is it possible that the story of the Minotaur is based on actual events? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, but suggest that what is described in the legend is not literally a bull mating with a human.
The story of the Minotaur is an astounding story of the creation of a hybrid being. And what's interesting about this is that Daedalus, this genius engineer, crafts this cow-shaped container that Minos' wife is to enter into this container and mate with this sacred bull. This sounds like some kind of genetics lab that's being created here for this specific purpose to mate a human with a sacred bull. The Minotaur is the result of that mating. So when we peel back the layers of this story, we can easily interpret this as an example of ancient gene splicing.
There are plenty of myths that talk about these hybrids in the tales of Greece. There was a centaur, half horse, half man. If we look at the mermaid, a woman and part fish. With genetics, with experimentation, maybe these beings really did walk the earth, and our ancestors were depicting what they saw around them.
In the Greek mythological tradition, there are many instances of the gods creating hybrid animals, and even more that involve their manipulation of humans, including the creation of the human race. According to Greek mythology, the Titan Prometheus formed figurines of humans out of mud, and the Olympian Athena breathed life into them.
It is also said that Prometheus brought us civilization, that he gave us writing, he gave us language, he gave us arithmetic.
The Greek myths go on to speak of mortals and immortals commingling to create hybrids who were half human and half god.
Many Greek heroes had been fathered by gods. For example, Hercules, for example, Perseus, Castor, and many others. Semi-godly, semi-human hybrids.
These sexual interactions would produce what they called the demigods, somebody who was half man, half god, or half woman, half god. And these demigods became very, very powerful in their own right.
We read a lot of stories about mating between gods and human beings. In many, many other mythologies all around the world. We can find that in Mesopotamia with the famous Anunnaki, with the stories about the Watchers.
Much like the myths of ancient Greece, stories of humans mixed with the bloodlines of gods appear in many cultures throughout the ancient world. From the deities known as the Anunnaki, depicted in early Sumerian writings, to the biblical book of Enoch, which tells of fallen angels, called the Watchers, who mated with humans to create the Nephilim.
We are told that the sons of God came down to earth and mated with earth women. Now, this is in all mythology, whether it's Greek, whether it's Sumerian, whether it's Hindu. And so we have to ask ourselves, these are new human beings that are being created. How is this happening?
According to ancient astronaut theorists, the parallels in these accounts may be evidence of extraterrestrials intentionally mingling their DNA with mankind.